Hey you guys, it's Peter and welcome to my channel, Peter Likes Books. And I cannot believe that I am doing this review on the first day of July. So for those of you that don't know, I have a book club called Peter's Book Club. I have another book club called a True Crime Book Club that I run with my good Judy Mel. Hey Mel, how are you? But Peter's Book Club is just a book. It's usually a thriller or a cozy mystery. And I just pick it every month for us to read together. There is no live stream. There's no group that goes along with it. I just pick a book. We all read it together. And then I do a review video over here. Now, I had gotten behind, and so I'm trying to catch up on the reviews from, let's say, the last 6 months or whatever. I think I'm a little bit caught up now, but I usually am like the second week into the month of doing the book review for the previous month. I cannot believe that on the first day of July, I am doing the review of the June book. And the June book for Peter's Book Club was The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. And this is a book that they consider it a cozy mystery. For those of you that don't know, I love cozy mysteries. They consider it a cozy mystery, but it felt a little bit more to me than a cozy mystery. I don't know, it felt bigger than that. It felt like it was cozy in certain aspects, but it seemed more of just like a mystery to me, and I absolutely loved it. I loved this book so much, and I was really kind of surprised. It's been on my TBR, my to be read, for I would say the last couple years, and I don't know why, I just have never read it, and so enough people had recommended this to me in the last couple months that I was like, I think I'm going to pick this book. So it was actually between this and a couple other ones. So The Thursday Murder Club is the first book in the Thursday Murder Club series. There are actually, I think there's 4 books out. Yeah, there are 4 books out. The first one is called The Thursday Murder Club, and it came out September 3rd of 2020. The second book is called The Man Who Died Twice, and it came out September 16th of 2021. The third one is The Bullet That Missed, and it came out September 15th of 2022. And the fourth one is The Last Devil to Die, which came out September 14th of 2023, and it's the most recent one. I also found out as I was reading this book that they are making it into a major motion picture. It's supposed to be a huge deal. The cast is fantastic. It's supposed to be a huge deal. So anyway, I was really glad for that reason that I read this book. I gave the book 4 stars. For me, you know, when I read like a thriller has to be absolutely genius, or a book has to like affect me in some kind of profound way where I think back on it like every single day, or it really impacts me in some huge way for me to give it a 5 star. Like 5 star, it's hard for me to get a 5 star rating unless I'm just like, oh my God, I can't stop talking about this book. The Thursday Murder Club, I loved. It was fantastic. And it just, if it had like really affected me in some profound way, I probably would have given it 5 stars. As far as a cozy or a murder mystery, I definitely would give it a 5 star. And as far as the first book in the series, I would give it a 5 star. But just as overall, for all books that I read, I gave it 4 stars because it was good, and I really loved reading it, and I'm definitely going to read the rest of the books in the series. But it just wasn't as good as some of the other thrillers and mysteries that I've read this year. Okay, so here's a synopsis for it. Hold on a second. In a peaceful retirement village, 4 unlikely friends meet up once a week to investigate unsolved murders. But when a brutal killing takes place on their very doorstep, the Thursday Murder Club find themselves in the middle of their very first live case. Elizabeth, Joyce, Abraham, and Ron might be pushing 80, but they still have a few tricks up their sleeves. Can our unorthodox but brilliant gang catch the killer before it's too late? Now, I have to tell you, I am listening to audiobooks again while I walk at night, and the neighborhood that I live in is much older. In fact, my neighbor next door, who's 30, she's the youngest by a landslide, okay? I think the next youngest is my husband, who's 40. The average age of our neighbors are anywhere from like 65 to 90. It's not a retirement community, but this is where people come after they retire. It's like their last home. A lot of people move here from out of state because their kids live in Indianapolis, where I live, and so they want to be closer to their kids for the grandkids and things like that. And so they move here and they buy a condo in this neighborhood. Our neighborhood is adorable. It has a lot of mature trees. Every yard has different trees. There's lakes, ponds that are in here as well. And so to read this book about this retirement community with these older people really reminded me of something that could happen in my very own neighborhood. So it's about these 4 people, 2 men and 2 women, and they are in what's called the Thursday Murder Club. And it's kind of like this not a, like, they have different groups and clubs at this retirement community. So the retirement community is not like, it's not like a building where they all live. It's like they have their own different units and their different apartments, and it's a community. And they have these different clubs, like the chess club. They name some of the different clubs and the groups in throughout the book, and they're kind of like funny names and stuff like that. But this is kind of like one that's not really like on the books because they can't tell people about it. And it's for people that are kind of obsessed with true crime and like to look up old cases. And the whole group kind of got started by this woman, Penny, who is now in a coma. And Penny and, I'm going to get some of these names wrong. Hold on a second. Penny and Elizabeth were like the original ones. Penny was a retired police detective. And she factors greatly into this story. And so they were the ones that got really interested in true crime to begin with. And so Penny would like bring old cases that were unsolved, and they would like look at these cases and all this kind of stuff. And so the four of these people meet. Joyce is the newest person to the group. And so the book starts, and there's this police detective from the police station that comes out to speak, and she's supposed to speak on like safety for like elderly people, and her name's Donna, and she's hilarious because she gets pulled into this group unknowingly, right? And so they start asking her all these questions. They're like, we don't want like a boring seminar, like we want to know like true crime stuff and whatever. So anyway, they kind of befriend her, and then this murder occurs, and so, and it has to do with the guy that owns the retirement community. It's like this big deal, and like who killed him, then who killed his partner, and things like that. It's like a lot of money is involved, and it's all about the ownership of this retirement community. And so the Thursday Murder Club decides that they're going to go in and they're going to figure out who killed it. One of the reasons why I don't necessarily consider this a cozy is because they travel to other countries, some of them in the investigation. They go, and they try to like go to this one guy's like hometown, and they try to find out different things about his heritage and whatever. Like that's not typical of most cozies. Like they don't go out of the country. It usually just takes place in the small town. But the fact that it takes place around this retirement community does very much feel like a cozy for that reason. Although there's not tons of food or like coffee and pets and things like that. It's really just the mystery. The mystery is very, very good. I'm actually not going to spoil it for this video because for those people that haven't watched it or haven't watched it, the movie's not even filmed yet. For those people that haven't read this book, I don't want to ruin it for anybody because it is really that fantastic. And as a cozy mystery series, or as a mystery series, just as that, it doesn't necessarily need to be defined as I don't need it to be defined as a cozy mystery series for me to love. As a mystery series, it is really that good. The character development of each character is so fantastic. You go in and you get to find out about Elizabeth and Joyce and Ron and Abraham and like what their histories are and why they are the way they are. And you get to find out about their partners and where their partners are today. Some are living, some are deceased, and all the things that happened to them. You also get to find out about other people that live in the community and what happened to them. It goes back, it talks about like nuns that lived in this area and things like that. Is that this book? Now all these books are merging together. It goes back and it kind of like explains a lot of the history of the area and things like that. It's fantastically done. It's really, really well done. And it's so sneaky, like for their age. Like this is the other thing. What I love about it is because I interact with all of my neighbors. Many of my neighbors are in their 80s and they are so sharp. They are, I mean, you know, when people say that like the older you get, whatever, you get like a little dull. Like my neighborhood is testament to the opposite of that. My neighbors are so sharp, so on it. There's like always like if something's going on, they're like talking about it. I talk about the HOA drama, all kind of stuff all the time because it's like so fun to talk to them about. Because they see things and say things that I don't see. And that's very much like this book, right? Like because they've had lived experiences, they see things that this detective, this Donna, who's much younger, she doesn't see. And then she also has a partner that she works with, this guy, and he's hilarious too. And their friendship, which I thought was going to be a romance, but I don't know, maybe that comes out in book 2, don't tell me. Although they're not really each other's types, but it kind of leans towards that. But then she like hooks him up with her mom at like the end of the book, so I don't know what's going on with that. But anyway, it's just super, super endearing. The mystery is this is like most cozy mysteries, the mystery isn't super intricate and detailed. This mystery, like, I mean, I really had no clue until the very end. It is so well thought out, and the mystery of all of it is so heavily layered. It is so good. There are some scary moments in it. I wouldn't say I was terrified, but I was like walking at night. I was a little scared. I was like kind of looking behind me. Like, it's that good. It really is that good. So yeah, so that was the book for June, Thursday Murder Club. I loved, more than anything, I've said this for a long time on this channel, if you can write a character that I can get interested in and fall in love with, then I will read any book with those characters in it. And I absolutely fell in love with the characters in this book. So anyway, I would highly recommend Thursday Murder Club. Let me know if you read it, what you thought in the comment section below. If you've read the whole series, please don't spoil it for me, but please let me know what you thought about the other books in the comment section below. As well, is it worth continuing to read, or should I just stop at book 1? I think I'm going to keep on reading it, but let me know anyway. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.